So there is a state in the U.S., and that state is Ohio, where recently a bill was proposed to impact those interviewing for jobs. And what they proposed it would do is that, especially those receiving unemployment benefits, that there'd be a portal that employers could go if they had a job interview with someone, and they could go and then report if someone didn't show up for the job interview with them.
And then what? Just tattle? It's just a tattletale website?
Well, they have actually. So it is a tattletale website, because explicitly in the section right below this proposed bill is existing language that's about complaints for like the unemployment department. So already they have this division that if you think someone's getting unemployment benefits, they're $13.42 a week or whatever, you tend to get for unemployment benefits, you can make a complaint if you think someone's like, dodging the system a little bit, like getting money on the side that's not a W-2, so it doesn't flow through. So they already have this complaint mechanism. But so now this would allow for a portal for employers to register those that don't show up for job interviews. And then in the language, all it says that this department, like basically the Jobs Department of Ohio, the Jobs Agency, they shall investigate complaints made under this chapter. So basically, what this is saying that, bills tend to get adjusted. But what this would say as written is that if someone didn't show up for a job interview and there was a complaint, then this department would have to go and investigate that and be like, why didn't you show up for this job? And that is a real bill that is being proposed in this day and age.
Why are we such dicks?
Yeah. I mean, I understand that is a part of receiving unemployment benefits, is you do have to report that you have applied to jobs. I completely get that part. But shit happens. And granted, don't get me wrong, I know there are people that apply to jobs, get the call, get an interview scheduled, and don't show up on purpose too. They're like, fuck this, I don't want to go. But really?
Making it all people's jobs to go and investigate this type of thing. This is where we need to be spending resources, time and resources right now, and manage to the lowest common denominator.
When there's not even enough resources or people to review the claims and pay them out in a timely manner. I think the backlog in Texas, you're not even getting your first unemployment check for 6 months after you know what I mean? How are people supposed to live?
I agree. I think the much bigger problems, people not getting the resources they're entitled to, then no shows, which again, you can have anything happen. But anyway, so this law has gotten a lot of attention, and partially it's gotten attention because people are like, wait, what? There's a registry of people that don't show up for jobs, and which I totally get. Most people would not go to the depths like I do and research and are like, what's this? And I'm thinking, it must be tied to unemployment benefits, because otherwise that would be very weird. Mm-hmm. And it's still weird, but yeah. So if you've seen these headlines about an Ohio registry just generally about job ghosting, it's not exactly that. It is tied to unemployment benefits, but it's still weird.
Yeah, can we penalize companies for ghosting candidates?
Right?
That's what I was going to say.
Flip.
Where's the portal where employers can go and pay people for interviewing with them?
Yeah.
Yep.
After they take off work or, fly or whatever it is, travel to spend hours interviewing and then never hear back.
I'm on my 5th interview and then all of a sudden I'm ghosted. I get no feedback. No, we went another direction. 6 months later, I'll receive an email that says, thanks, but no thanks.
I've almost
I am about to hit the 19th anniversary of waiting for the decision on whether I'm getting that job offer in Charlotte, North Carolina from this law firm that I drove to and spent the night in Charlotte and I followed up multiple times like an asshole, and then I'm still waiting. So I have to imagine one of these days, probably right when I'm getting ready to retire, I'll finally get my offer letter.
Well, yeah, I'm shaking my fists for Heather. I still want Leigh to get that call from Heather.
23 fucking years ago. Heather, at a business out in Austin, said I'd be getting a call anytime with an offer.
Damn you, Heather.
23 frickin' years ago. Did I get that internship or not? I am still waiting. Did I get it or not? It keeps me up at night still. Damn you, Heather.
Now us too. Now all of you. So
God.
Taking on a DIY job around the house is the ultimate summer project. But if your DIY home security system is a beware of dog sign, when your real pet is Princess the cat, that's safe-ish. To be actually safe, help protect your home with a DIY system from ADT. It's easy to install and gives you virtual assistance from ADT's technical support team. Best of all, you can tell everyone in the neighborhood you set it up yourself. Don't settle for safe-ish this summer. DIY with ADT instead. Visit ADT.com to learn more.
At Talus, we know cybersecurity can be tough and you can't protect everything, but with Talus, you can secure what matters most. With Talus industry-leading platforms, you can protect critical applications, data, and identities, anywhere and at scale with the highest ROI. That's why the most trusted brands and largest banks, retailers, and healthcare companies in the world rely on Talus to protect what matters most. Applications, data, and identities. That's Talus, T-H-A-L-E-S. Learn more at talusgroup.com/cyber.
Well, that is the perfect segue, that water cooler talk for our meeting today. But first things first, run down the agenda. Cringe corporate speak, Jamie's got that. Thank you so much in advance for covering that today. And then the meeting hot topic is all about the ghost job epidemic, right? So you apply, you interview, and then nada. Job ain't even real. Or you don't ever hear back. All of that. Right? Ghosting and interviewing. Rude. So rude. And then, of course, as always, we will end with some questions and comments. How does that sound?
Beautiful.
Impactful.
Beautiful. See? Certainty. We will give you the information you're looking for, unlike Heather.
Oh,
Damn you, Heather.
Heather, damn. Now I'm all riled up. Jamie, what do you got?
Drill down, which honestly I was surprised we had not used before, but I think I was thinking of it as deep dive because they're very similar, right? Because we're doing a deep dive in the numbers, but we're drilling down also in the numbers, right? We're drilling down. We're looking at the data. I probably have shamefully used this. I wouldn't say often, but I definitely have probably used this. It probably in a meeting to try to make myself sound smarter than what I was because I didn't have the information handy, and I'll be like, "Oh, I'll have to get back to you. I got to drill down on the information."
God forbid you just look at the shit, right?
Exactly.
Right.
You got to drill down into it.
Like I actually don't have any fucking clue because I haven't really looked at the data. You asked me to pull this report 5 minutes before this meeting, and so I'll have to look at it later.
It is. That can be the nice way to say it. Because if someone's asking you things in the meeting and like they're asking you real specific questions and you're thinking like, ooh, I don't know exactly. You know what? You can throw a couple in there. Let me drill down on that offline. We'll get back together and then I can give you exactly what you're looking for. So I don't have to waste your time right now. And oh, great. Thank you.
Yeah. I don't think I use a drill down.
That's for the best.
I know, right? I mean, not that I'm opposed to it or anything. I just don't think it's in my vocab.
I'm surprised from Texas.
Yeah.
I know. That's what I was thinking. We're drilling all sorts of shit all over here.
Yeah, like Dallas. For a long time, I'd only been to Dallas and Houston. Now, obviously, I've been to San Antonio to visit you, Leigh. But for a long time, I kind of thought like Texas, and I thought of like Dallas, the show. And so you do envision this, like everyone's just drilling all over the place and all those things. And again, I know I'm from Kentucky, so I know fully what people probably assume we're doing. So, but yeah, I would have thought you used that like totally vernacular, like at the grocery store. Like, let me drill down on aisle 7. But no.
Oh, exactly. Have we drilled down the dairy? Yeah, like we're just covered in black gold here, right?
You have that. What's that nice grocery store you have too? You have that nice grocery store.
H-E-B.
Yeah.
I called it the wrong thing.
H-E-B, #1 all the time in the U.S.
I called it Heb, remember?
Yes.
Heb, H-E-B. We love our H-E-B. But yeah, I drill down around there sometimes. I drill down around them parts sometimes.
Now you're going to use it. Like, all ironically, people are going to be like,
God, I hope not. Why aren't I using it, though?
You might now.
That's a good question.
Yep.
I know. You think that's where it comes from, though? That makes sense.
That would make sense.
Drilling into the ground.
I would think so. Because the idea is you're talking about generalities. You got to get the specifics. It's like if you're looking at the surface of the ground, you need to get to
you got to go deeper.
To the oil. It says it only emerged in the 1990s. It's late for this cringe corporate speak. Sometimes we have that long ago language.
Geppetto bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah. This is sometimes what's one of my favorite movies, Wall Street.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say this.
Mm-hmm.
It exuded that for me for some reason. It was
Yeah, like the Gordon Gekko type stuff. Yeah, the physical act of drilling. Oh, interesting. And military marching, where a drill down can refer to an internal competition where participants execute commands and those who fail are eliminated. Oh my gosh, it's like Squid Games. No, thank you.
Oh, we don't use it like that in the workplace.
No, you won't be. We mean it more than I think the drilling, like the oil drilling type-ish way. Like, let's go down here.
Well, hey, feel free to use it in your workday. Drill down on some technical shit today if you get the opportunity. Oh, gosh. Well, speaking of drill down, which really there's no connection, the hot topic of today is all about ghosting in the interview process, namely ghost jobs, right? That is such a hot topic. I see that all the time, that people are just posting all these fake ass jobs. But have you all been hearing that? Is that how people reach out to you? They ask about it. You've seen it?
Yeah, I think because we're HR content creators, I get asked it a lot. And now I have not personally experienced this in any of the companies I've worked for. They were never posting fake jobs to appear like there was growth in the company. I mean, at times we might only have 1 or 2 jobs posted because that's truly all we had open. Frankly, because I've done literally a little bit of everything in HR, having like from a recruiting standpoint, that would bother me because it's open and it's taking up time to fill and it's gonna jack up my it's gonna jack up my reports and my numbers and my data, and my drill down's not gonna look good. So to me, I'm like, I've never personally experienced it, but I also know right now being kind of on the other end of applying to jobs, being in the layoff, and people said they've literally, they may have been laid off over a year ago. They've been applying to jobs like hundreds, thousands of jobs. And so, do these jobs even exist? Is this a relatively new thing, I wonder?
I mean, I think it's not funny. It's only recently did I learn this idea of ghost jobs and some of the reasons why people would do it. Because when I first heard ghost jobs, I was thinking, I mean, and I still do think the vast majority of jobs that are posted on company websites, careers websites, I do think at some point in time, maybe not right now, at some point in time, were a very real job. What sometimes can happen is like, a job is filled and people aren't good about closing that up. Recruiters aren't as good as Jamie, who's like, boom, and, and all of that, and close that up. I do think the vast majority are. But when people talk about ghost jobs just posted, I was like scratching my brain trying to think like, I do think there's probably some like fraud type thing to get information. But now, a lot of people are told don't put your address on your resume. So you're not getting that much information. But I have heard that recently of this idea of organizations doing it for 2 reasons. One, to make it look like they're bigger than they are and growing, exactly what you're talking about, Jamie. And the other to get intel. So the idea like a company would post it and maybe people from their competitors would post so they could see data because, again, people tend to put pretty confidential information in their resumes. And so to have that. And so I still believe in my heart of hearts, the vast majority of jobs are real, may not be like totally updated, but I can totally see organizations, hopefully generally not those in HR. I can totally see leaders, especially founders, who are like, you know what I'm going to do, and doing that so that they can look bigger and get that type of competitive intelligence. I can 100% see that happening. I just think it's very rare. I think the bigger thing that people tend to see of not hearing back is because organizations are getting inundated with 1,000+ applicants. And so that's more of the issue.
Okay, besties, I need you to picture this. You're in another meeting, you're presenting turnover data and the Pulse survey results you just spent 2 weeks compiling, and you get the question from leadership. You know the one, how does our turnover compare to the industry? And you get that pit in your stomach. But no worries, you've got HR Bench. It's the people analytics tool that empowers all HR professionals to be data-driven and strategic partners to your business. HR Bench connects to all of your existing HR tools like your HRIS, ATS, survey tool, payroll, and any other tool you can throw at them. Then in a few clicks, you have 45+ metrics instantly populated and formatted into a presentation ready dashboard, all benchmarked against your industry and your company size. You now have a great story to present to leadership about the current metrics like turnover, retention, hiring trends, span of control, diversity metrics. You can even talk about how you compare. Look, I'm a data nerd. I love this stuff. Book a demo today at hrbench.com. They'll pull a custom benchmark report just for you for free with your data. Mention HR Besties when you book, and you'll even get 10% off an annual subscription. So go to hrbench.com and level up your strategic discussions today.
If the search for a therapist is stressing you out, you're not alone. It shouldn't feel like a second job. So what if getting started could actually feel a bit easier? It is with Grow Therapy. Whether you're navigating anxiety, depression, relationship challenges, postpartum struggles, or something else, you deserve care that meets you where you are. Grow Therapy connects you with thousands of independent, licensed therapists across the U.S., with both virtual and in-person sessions. You can search by insurance, specialty, or treatment method. And if it's not the right match, switching is easy. No subscriptions, no long-term commitments. You just pay per session. Find therapy on your time, evenings, weekends, virtual or in person. Book directly into providers' calendars and cancel up to 24 hours in advance at no cost. Whatever challenges you're facing, Grow Therapy is here to help. Sessions average about $21 with insurance, and some pay as little as $0, depending on their plan. Visit growtherapy.com/HRBesties today to get started. That's growtherapy.com/HRBesties. growtherapy.com/HRBesties. Availability and coverage vary by state and insurance plan.
Yeah. I get the same question too, Jamie. Like people asking, do you think this is real? And me saying, I have never seen it. I mean, I really have not seen that in my career, like purposefully posting fake jobs. But to Ashley's point, I think it's probably smaller businesses, startups, like there's probably like a niche like grouping of businesses where I could see, okay, for the two reasons that you listed, Ashley, okay, I guess they have all the time on their freaking hands to do dumb shit like this. Because who has the time? Literally nobody has the time. Now, there is this thing that happens in organizations called blue sky recs. Right. And so I haven't worked in talent acquisition, but I've led talent acquisition teams and whatnot. And what you might do is hold open a job that you might not be actively hiring for at that moment, but it's a role you are continuously always having to hire for and backfill or whatever. So you're bringing candidates in, you're keeping them warm, you've got 10 roles open. And because you already know, like, okay, every month, like I am hiring 2 or 3 of these positions, right? I may not be as a recruiter like today actively trying to fill it, but I know literally tomorrow I'm going to be filling this job, so it's kind of like this, I don't want to say revolving door, but you're keeping candidates warm, you're collecting candidates always because it's this important role in your organization. And so that's the closest like example I can get in my experience to like quote a ghost job, like something that's real but not, But again, organizations that do that, they are filling maybe 100 of those jobs in a year or plus, right? I mean, it's a necessary role. Just at that moment, it may be boo.
Yeah. And I don't want to call it a myth just because I haven't experienced it, but knowing the recruiting piece and talent acquisition piece, knowing how much time and effort that is to somebody makes me suspect it's highly unlikely. I'm not saying it's not not that it's not happening, but you get calls and emails and depending on what kind of system you have, having that many open applications and not viewing them. I mean, you get dinged for not reviewing in your system. Like I said, I'm not saying it's a myth, but I just knowing the recruiting professionals I know, and when I have done recruiting, it's actually a huge hit on them and their numbers. and like when they go for their performance review. But I also can see, because I've worked in startup, that they want to add the razzle dazzle. And so they put that, we're growing. Well, they're not.
It's a place that doesn't track
Yeah.
recruiter metrics, number one. They might not even have bonuses or a reward structure for that. And it's absolutely a business where the hiring managers, all levels of leadership, probably have access to the ATS, the applicant tracking system. That's where I can see that happening. To Ashley's point, the founder's in there. Yes, the founder's in there posting his own damn job for chief technology officer.
staff.
Not kidding. Because he wants to see at that level the talent across that industry or his competitors' talent, to see their bullet points in their resume. Like, I can totally see that. You know what I mean? So I think it is pretty niche,
If you're if you're in a talent or recruiting role, oftentimes those are used synonymously. If you start getting things of like, the password has been reset for this account, go in there, get in there, get on the phone. You stop that from happening. You got to stop the founder from going in there and posting something, because they will.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Like if your founder has a LinkedIn recruiting license, like, because, you buy it as an organization. This is how this works, y'all. And you get like 5 of them for your whole work, whatever it is, however many you're buying. If one of those are assigned to like your founder or someone on the leadership team, they're doing ghost job bullshit probably.
Yeah. But then in the flip side of having ghost job is then you go on Glassdoor and you're looking at that company and there's shitty reviews about their applicant.
Ghost jobs.
Yeah, their applicant process. So it's like you're really shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah, I do tend to think this happens far less in reality than people think. I think people think it's happening because you're not hearing back. But again, you're not hearing back, I think, because of the volume. And even if your resume is totally well qualified, it can be really hard, even for great recruiters, to get through it. The gap that you have is that somebody, especially somebody with a big TikTok following, that knows one of the best ways to get engagement is to go on a TikTok and Instagram, really TikTok, and start talking about these things with authority and confidence and say, these things are existing. Companies are doing this. And on the viewer side, the algorithm loves that. They love stuff that's going to get engagement. They love that stuff. And so you're going to see it. It's going to have all these views. So you think this person has followers. They know what they're talking about. And so then all of a sudden you believe this to be true because this person with this big following and this engagement is telling you these things. But that doesn't always mean it is, because it's to me, it's very similarly to this idea of like HR's reading everyone's emails in the organization. Same thing. Recruiters don't have time to waste people's time like that. If anything, they don't have enough time. And so they're not getting back to people in the way that you should as a human. But oftentimes it's volume as opposed to ghosting.
That, just the lack of resources. You know what I mean? It is a lot. It is so much. Organizations are getting so many applicants. But Ashley, I love what you said there. Just because something's going viral, I mean, look that person up on the LinkedIn. Have they actually worked in HR? There's a lot of people talking about work out there. We were just bitching about this, weren't we, offline, the 3 of us. There's a lot of, quote, HR work content creators, never worked a day in HR, have never been a leader, have been in the workplace 2 years, 3. They don't know shit about fuck, for the record. I mean, they do not. And it kills us because they're giving such crap advice. And only someone that doesn't have the privilege of expertise would give crap advice like that, like facts, because it's so reckless and it's so cruel, right? To bullshit people in this way. But that's why we thought it was important to talk about ghost jobs today. Like, here's what we've seen. We don't know everything. We leave the door open that this is happening, but I don't think it's an epidemic.
No, and I think there's a flip side of that, right, too, where because it's people like, well, I applied to thousands of jobs and I never received a call. And I'll tell, when I've done recruiting, granted, I was an HR director over several locations. It was nonprofit locations of a health clinic. And I would post one job and some of our locations were located in like rural-ish area. I could get 700 applications within less than 24 hours. And so people then get upset. And there was only one of me. I was a department of one. People get upset then, well, they didn't get a call back, or maybe they didn't ever even pass, phone screen. And that was 5 years ago. Now it's even worse with all the mass layoffs that have occurred. And I obviously have been in healthcare the last 11, 12 years, but it's not just healthcare. There's just been a lot of tech layoffs recently. So, what maybe 5 years ago was 3,000 that reply, maybe there's 15,000 now. And so you're not getting a call back. It's just that they literally can't call everyone.
Ah, excellent point, Jamie. Anything else to add to this topic?
I'm like all passionate about this 'cause clearly I've dealt with it.
Oh, I know.
I think I just get frustrated when y'all are absolutely right. When I see someone online saying, well, I didn't get a call back, or, I had a phone screen, and then, well, you're absolutely right. I mean, sometimes recruiters can have in one day, I mean, depending on how they schedule it, every 15 minutes have a phone screen, right? And so maybe they can't get back to every phone screen, but I personally always wanted to at least provide some sort of email phone call to someone who at least came in for an interview.
Absolutely.
Or obviously not just face to face, in a video one too, once we were remote. But sometimes that's truly not feasible for some companies that have large amount of openings or a large amount of candidates too.
This one plug I've done before for the Circle Back Initiative, which is a nonprofit that I volunteer for, which is free for employers. And it's all about a commitment to get back to candidates. And if you're ever wondering, we have a large amount of candidates, how can we do that? There's totally best practices and tools and ways now you can automate that. And automating message just being really thinking about what that message is and making sure it's not too much, not too little, but there's ways that you can automate it as well. And so check out the Circle Back Initiative if you're interested as an employer for getting that certification, because it's a good thing for job seekers to know that you actually get back to all candidates.
An ATS system should be, even the old cruddy ones, because I've used those, should have a thanks but no thanks email that goes out once you disposition the candidate. So, you can go the extra mile to personalize those. I've seen some recently, though, on the internet of the company not even, like, they don't even they say, dear candidate name.
Oh my God.
Thanks but no thanks for this position title. Like, it's not even, I'm like, y'all couldn't even go on the little bit extra mile and make sure that you were dropping in the fields.
Humanize the process a tad. Oh, gosh. Well, information is power. Hopefully, just having a little peek behind the HR curtain there can help quell some concerns or fears. We're not saying that this doesn't happen. We're saying we're sure it does happen, because we believe anything can happen in the workplace. We've seen just about everything. We're just saying it's probably not common, and not as common as the social will have us believe. Will AI replace people? Companies leading the way are asking a different question. How can AI make our people even better? That's where Lattice comes in. It's the first comprehensive HR platform where people and AI succeed together. It helps every employee grow faster, every manager lead more effectively, and every company unlock their people's full potential. From performance management that actually drives results to effortless HR administration, Lattice is designed to develop and inspire your people, not just manage them. When your performance reviews help people improve, when your managers get the insights they need to coach effectively, and when your HR operations free up time for what really matters, that's when you see real business impact. Stop settling for HR tools that hold your team back. Build a future where technology doesn't replace people but actually elevates them. No regrets. Ready to see the power of people and AI? Visit lattice.com/no regrets. That's LATTICE.com/no regrets.
This message is sponsored by Greenlight. As kids get older, some parts of parenting get easier, like you can finally have real conversations, they can grab their own snacks, they might even pick up after themselves. I mean, not mine, of course. But some things never get easier, like teaching them about money. The truth is, kids won't truly understand money management until they get hands-on experience. And that's where Greenlight comes in. Greenlight is a debit card and money app made for families. Parents can send money to their kids and keep an eye on what kids are spending and saving, while kids and teens build money confidence with lifelong financial literacy skills. With the Greenlight app, kids learn how to save, invest, and spend wisely thanks to games that teach money skills in a fun, accessible way. The Greenlight app also includes a chores feature where you can set up a one time or reoccurring chore customized to your family's needs and then reward your kids with an allowance for a job well done. We recently started doing this with our 12-year-old, and y'all, he's actually doing the things before I have to like go into mom nag mode. It's amazing. Money motivates y'all. Millions of parents and kids are learning about money with Greenlight. It's that easy. It's a convenient way for parents to raise financially smart kids and families to navigate life together. Maybe that's why millions of parents trust and kids love learning about money on Greenlight, the number one family finance and safety act. Don't wait to teach your kids real world money skills. Start your risk free Greenlight trial today at greenlight.com/besties. That's greenlight.com/besties to get started. Greenlight.com/besties.
Questions and comments, y'all. What do you got? Any questions or comments?
I'll ask this because talking about this makes me think of the movie Ghost, which I just loved.
Love it. Oh, Patrick.
What's like a movie from like years ago that you've rewatched recently or is your go-to that's like your mental palate cleanser, let's say?
Spice World.
No way.
I fucking love that
What?
movie. Spice World.
I've never seen it.
Me neither.
Oh my God, y'all. Okay. First of all, I had to find it. It's not streaming anywhere. So I had to buy it on DVD.
Oh my God.
And then I had to buy a DVD player. So all around, I was out about $20, $30. But guess what? Totally worth it.
Huh. Okay. Leigh?
I have lots of palate cleansers. But if we're talking about like old school cult movies, Dirty Dancing.
Oh, yes.
Oh, God. Labyrinth with David Bowie's junk. Like, it was really out there. It was profound. Drill down on that one, y'all. Not like that. I'm just saying. Investigate. You remember that, though? Oh, my God. What he was doing with those balls in his hand at the ball, you know? Oh, my God. Hot as hell. May he rest in peace.
Great soundtrack.
What about you, Ashley? Is Ghost the palate cleanser?
No, I wouldn't say so. I'd go for Best in Show.
Oh, yes. God loves a terrier.
God loves a terrier. Parker Posey. Like if you liked The White Lotus and you miss a little Parker Posey, watch Best in Show. I love all of those. Best in Show, Waiting for Guffman, A Mighty Wind, all of the like Christopher Guest, Eugene Levy movies. Love them.
Oh, I love that. Well, just a quick comment, maybe even a question from me. Have you all heard about this dating concept, this new thing called ghostlighting?
No.
I just read about it today. It's basically where somebody that you are dating casually ghosts you, but then comes back and acts like they never ghosted you. And so employers ghostlight too, when you think about it.
Yeah.
Ghostlighting is so a part of the process, right? Like all of a sudden, 6 months later, following up, and it's time for your third interview. Wait, what? Like, I've already got a job and lost it since then. I mean, what, you know? But ghostlighting, I saw that today to stay on the spooky theme. Like, isn't that interesting?
Totally happens.
People are such assholes.
Yeah, as if nothing happened. Like, oh, you're still interested in us. We know. We're just going to assume and proceed accordingly. Oh.
Yes. So we should bring that into the vernacular.
Yeah. Now that like it is very like dating and job, like you're applying.
Mm-hmm. It works for work too.
I hate it though.
What do you got, Jamie? Question or comment?
Well, I was just going to say mostly for people that are currently struggling with jobs, whether they're ghost jobs or real jobs or not hearing back. I'm there with you, but it's okay. We got this. I said this recently in an episode, but don't get on social media and believe everything you hear. And, go to trusted sources and do your own research. Because, like I said, not everyone on the internet actually does have the background and knowledge like your besties.
Shameless plug. Oh, gosh. Don't worry, we'll never ghostlight your asses. We're here. Good luck with the job search, besties.
Every minute your finance team spends wrestling with data is a minute lost. Insight Software's AI-powered insights instantly move you from complexity to clarity. Automated analysis, real-time reporting, strategic recommendations, all at your fingertips. Transform how your finance team works and watch your business grow. Stop wasting time. Start making smarter decisions. Learn more at insightsoftware.com/AI.
Bugs crashing your pack's party? Whether they've got paws or sneakers, your pack deserves a home that's protected from pests. That's where Wondercide comes in. Plant-powered protection made with steam-distilled natural essential oils that actually work. It kills and repels fleas, ticks, mosquitoes, and ants without questionable ingredients or overpowering smells. Safe to use around kids and pets when used as directed. Lab-proven to work fast. And proudly made in the USA. We offer sprays for pets, people, homes, and yards. Plus, spot-on treatments, collars, and even shampoos. Whatever your pack needs, we've got it covered. Founded by a pet parent looking for a better way to protect her dog Luna, Wondercide's now protected over 21 million lives and counting. You might have even seen us on Shark Tank. Go to Wondercide.com and use code WONDER20 for 20% off your first order. That's WONDER20 at Wondercide.com. Wondercide. Protect your pack with plant-powered Wondercide today.